I, female 30, drive a 14-year-old Honda. My parents helped me buy it when I was in high school, and I've kept it all these years. It has been proven very reliable over the years, and though it's old, it serves its purpose, and I don't really see the point in spending all kinds of money on a new car. I have two friends who always ask me why I drive an older beater when I have a good job and can easily afford a newer/nicer car. Like when I say always, I mean it comes up every time we hang out. I always shut them and try to change the topic because I don't feel that my financial decisions are anyone's business. I just tell them that I plan to drive the car until it dies. Then I move on to another subject. Both of these friends drive nice cars. One has an Audi SUV and the other has a BMW SUV that they both bought brand new, but they both live in crappy apartments. So personally, I don't understand why someone would buy a 70k plus car when that money could have been used towards saving for a home. But like I said, I don't think financial decisions are anyone else's business, so I've never voiced that opinion, until recently. I just bought a house, my friends were raging on me saying I'm going to have such a nice house, but I'm going to be parking the old crappy Honda in a driveway. They said it's a shame and will be an eyesore. At that point, I said I chose not to buy a new car because frankly, cars are expensive. They continued to push the topic and say that they don't understand how they can afford to buy nice cars and I can't. I was getting annoyed at this point and I said, well, I don't understand how I can afford a house and you guys can't. Maybe it's because of all the money you've wasted on your useless status symbols. I can afford to buy fancy German cars like yours, but it's a bad investment and waste of money. My friends are saying that I'm the jerk for calling their cars useless status symbols because they have worked so hard to buy them just like I worked hard to buy my house. My comment created a huge rift in the group, but I feel like they should have just stayed in their lane. And now for some comments. You're not in the wrong. Oh my god, your friends sound shallow. Kudos on you for doing your own thing without letting these people pressure you. Imagine driving a 70k car and renting. Talk about bad choices. But like you said, not your business. Quote, I have two friends who always ask me why I drive an older beater when I have a good job and can easily afford a newer/nicer car. People live outside their means all the time and should butt out of your financial business if they can't take comments on theirs. You stayed out of theirs until they made it your problem by constantly commenting on yours. If they value a fancy car over a nice house and a retirement fund, that's fine. If you value the opposite, that's fine too. Massively judging you as a result of driving an older car is being a jerk. Not in the wrong. They insulted your car. Then got upset when you insulted their money pits on wheels? No, they deserve that. I'm the same as you. I live in a nice condo and also have the cheapest car on the block. My friend asked to carpool with me to an event. I wanted to take my car and she told me she would have to bring her dog along, which I said was fine. When we got to the event, she asked for my keys and I didn't really think much of it. I can unlock my car with my phone, so I left him with her. When I took back the car later, I saw that she had left her dog in the car. Please note, the car was a perfectly safe temperature and she had access to water. When I let the dog out, I realized that she had clawed up the interior of my car and there were also scratch marks underneath the window. Apparently, my friend had left the window cracked, and the dog jumped out scratching the exterior. I got the car brand new about 2 months ago and want to restore it to its prior state. I took the car into a reputable retailer and they quoted me $3,500 to fix all the scratch marks. Technically, my insurance would cover this, but my rates would increase. Would I be in the wrong if I asked my friend to pay for the repairs out of pocket instead of going through my insurance? Edit. Adding some more details for the frequently asked questions. The event was an outdoor sporting event that I was competing in, so once we got there I was not with my friend. My friend did offer to take her car, but she was the one that asked to carpool, and I had already packed my car up, so did not want to inconvenience myself and was just trying to be nice to her. Her car would also not have been able to make it to the event because we were driving up steep gravel roads. I think she just offered as a courtesy. I gave her my keys in case she needed to access the car for food, water, sunscreen, and so on. I could unlock the car with my phone, so I did not need them. We had not talked about her leaving the dog in the car, and I had no way of knowing until I got back. And now for some comments. You're not in the wrong. Her dog, her bill. Not in the wrong. She left her dog unattended in your brand new car, without permission. She's 100% responsible for the damage. Take her to court if she doesn't pay. You'll win easily. Save emails now. Not in the wrong. Did you know that they were leaving the dog in the car during this event? If so, you are partly responsible for allowing that. But the bottom line is your friend's dog damaged your car. She should pay to repair the damage. Update from OP. For those who are interested, my friend did take responsibility for the damages and offered to pay. I did decide to go through insurance and have her pay the deductible plus 3 worth of the increase in my insurance rate. In total, she's paying me $1,000. We are on good terms, but I have decided to distance myself from the friendship because I believe as a whole I'm being negatively affected by it. This instance was the final straw for me. I reflected more on some of the reasons why I wanted to ask her to pay out of pocket, and I think some of my motivation was out of frustration and rooted in retaliation. I decided that's an unhealthy mindset for me to adopt. I have also talked with her about how she treats her dog, and it turns out she has been thinking about rehoming the dog for a while now, since she doesn't want to devote the time to take care of her. Sad, but the dog will live a much happier life. Aside from her tearing up my car, I think she's a pretty cool pup. All is well that ends well, and I appreciate everyone's input. I have 3 kids, girl 16 and 2 boys 19 and 24. I raised them to be fit and healthy, but sadly my 19-year-old son gained a lot of weight after leaving secondary school with bad grades, and he struggled to keep a job. He's not hugely overweight, but it is upsetting to me as I was always careful with their food and taught them to make healthy choices. I bought my 24-year-old son a car for his 20th birthday, and I promised to do the same for the 19-year-old, but only if he was able to lose weight and keep a job. He claimed these conditions were unfair because his brother didn't have to do anything for the car, but he kept himself fit and moved out of the house at 18, so he was not a financial drain on me at the time. He accepted the conditions in the end. The reason I added a weight loss requirement for the car is just for extra motivation for him. He's 5'11 and 210 pounds. I know it's not morbidly obese, but it's awful seeing him gain all this weight when he used to be so skinny. He hates his appearance and wants a girlfriend, but he's not confident. Maybe this is not PC these days, but I don't believe in body positivity, and I think if you're overweight, you need to lose weight as soon as possible. I'm worried he will develop a food addiction and get even bigger. The car will make him walk less and make fast food even more accessible, and that is the last thing he needs. Anyway, this was 6 months ago and his birthday is next month. The attempts to lose weight do not last long, and I think he's down 10 pounds at most. However, he has managed to get and keep a job for the last 3 months, which is great. But still not very long, and he's still lazy, playing video games and eating too much. I told him last night I wasn't going to get him the car for his birthday, but he could maybe have the car in another 6 months if he managed to put serious effort into fixing his weight problem and being more healthy, and of course managed to keep the job. He was very upset with me and locked himself in his room. He feels that his brother is the favorite and is treated unfairly. This is not true, but unfortunately his brother has a drug problem and I've had to bail him out of situations and send him to rehab twice. This is very expensive, but rehab was a life or death thing. A car isn't. He said that I think being a crackhead is fine, but being fat isn't. That's not true at all. I care about both of their health, and being fat will cause serious health problems in the future too. Am I in the wrong here? I feel bad for upsetting him, but at this point, I think a car would do more harm than good. He has stuck to the conditions we agreed and improved his unhealthy lifestyle. Edit clarifying a few things. I've asked him about therapy, but he is not interested. At the time I bought his brother the car, I was not aware of his drug problem and he was employed. My concern with obesity and body positivity is about health. I don't think fat people should hate themselves. Edit 2. Wow, this blew up and now my comments are buried. Please stop making silly comments like, "She doesn't care about drug addiction as long as he's skinny." You have no idea how wrong that is. My son's drug addiction has ruined our lives for the last 3 years, and I did literally everything I could, financially or otherwise, to help him stop. Now I have no choice but to just detach myself from his addiction. People have asked if I set a goal for my younger son weight loss. The goal was a healthy weight and he's not near that. He gained 45 to 50 pounds in the last 2 years and told me he wanted to lose it all. And now for some comments. He lost 10 pounds and has been keeping a job for the last 3 months. He has met your requirements. You are in the wrong on so many levels. I honestly don't even want to go into it because it's so much. I hope you get him his car and he drives far, far away from you. And he will if you keep this up. You are in the wrong. Stop hating on your kid for being overweight. A car is a privilege, sure, and no kid should just expect that as a gift. But even outside of holding the car over his head, you're a jerk for treating your son like he's worth less than his siblings because of his weight. I think it's you who needs to shape up. OP. Eating disorders could be as serious as drug addiction. You are really dismissing your 19-year-old son's efforts. Admit it, your oldest son is your favorite one, and your golden child. Please read your own post. You didn't ask any condition to give a car to your oldest son. You are in the wrong. A final edit from OP. A lot of people here are hell-bent on misunderstanding me. I love my kids, and I don't want to give them body image issues. I guess I have been overly focused on his weight issue due to my own past eating disorder and fear that he will become unhealthy in the future, and I will have failed both of them. I decided to get him the car if he's still at his job by the time of his 20th birthday in a month. I still do my best to help him lose weight if he wants that, but I know he has to be self-motivated to do it. If he wants to focus on his health, he can decide that for himself. He has a doctor's appointment soon. Maybe hearing it from the doctor will be better than from me. Thank you for those who wrote out helpful comments. I'll be getting therapy for myself to go through these things.